Hu Xinyu is a 15-year-old boy attending a boarding school in Jiangxi province. He mysteriously disappeared in October when he walked from his dormitory to the classroom. His teachers remained silent. Important school surveillance videos were missing. After 7 weeks, China's massive digital surveillance system, capable of tracking every citizen's movement for COVID, hasn't located the missing boy. The increased number of missing teenagers in the past month has made Chinese parents panic. They fear that their children may someday become the victims of one of the most atrocious crimes, forced organ harvesting. Hello, I'm Lei. Welcome to my show. Because of the gender disparity due to decades of the one-child policy, China has seen many cases in which young women and girls went missing. They are suspected of having become victims of human trafficking and have been sold to poor regions where men cannot find a wife. But now people are shocked to hear about teenage boys that have gone missing, and it's widely suspected to be related to organ harvesting and trafficking. 15-year-old Hu Xinyu has been missing since October 14th. There are 4 suspicious events surrounding his case. First, Hu's dormitory is less than 100 meters away from his classroom, and most of the area is covered by surveillance cameras, which should be able to tell what happened when he walked from the dorm to the classroom. But his family was shocked to find out that the surveillance videos of that day had been deleted. 2. Hu left his ID, phone, and cash in the dorm when he disappeared, so he's unlikely to have run away. People who knew him said that he was likely called into a meeting by a teacher, but his principal refused to talk to reporters, and most teachers remained silent. 3. His middle school is enclosed by fences, and people cannot leave or enter the campus without permission. On the day he disappeared, 13 vehicles left the school. It should not be difficult for the police to identify the cars, but nothing much was said about who had left the school. And 4, there's rumor that Hu's class had a physical exam a few days before his disappearance. By the way, in China, it's very common for schools to do physical exams for the students, as very few Chinese families have a family doctor. Hu's case caught national attention only after a boy in Wuhan went missing. 14-year-old Leisrealtalk never returned home after taking out the trash on November 12th. His parents begged the police to deploy drones to search for him, but the police did not move. It was the parents who eventually alerted the police after receiving a tip from someone. The police thus recovered the boy's body in a lake, but they refused to let the parents see it. Rumors spread that some of the boy's organs were missing. You may say that's only rumors, and you can't build a case based on rumors. You're right, I'm not a forensic scientist, nor do I have the evidence to tell you what exactly happened to the boys. But like many Chinese, I question how Beijing's massive surveillance system that's able to locate a BBC journalist in 7 minutes failed to find the boy in 7 weeks. And I'm not alone in questioning this. Even the Chinese elite within the CCP system openly talk about it. Lin Zhibo, the Sichuan bureau chief of the People's Daily, wrote on November 18th on Weibo, the Chinese Twitter, "The expansive organ transplant business will boom. The reason is that the genetic data of the vast majority of the country's people is controlled by capital. They will easily find a match for the transplant recipient in the vast genetic data, and then the person disappears. This is a scary trend." More than 2 weeks ago, on November 11th, Wuhan's official social media account, Wuhan News Release, reported that a medical team led by Dr. Dong Nianguo and Dr. Xia Jiahong at the Wuhan Union Hospital successfully performed 3 pediatric heart transplant surgeries for 3 boys on the same day. It's common knowledge that organ donors are scarce, especially heart donors, and pediatric heart donors are the scarcest of them all. Unlike other organs, which can survive a longer time for organ matching and removal after death, a heart transplant donor's heart must still be beating while the brain is confirmed dead. In the United States, patients wait an average of 7 months to receive a matching heart. Of the 1,789 pediatric patients waiting for a heart transplant from July 2016 to April 2019, only 65% of them received a matching heart. In the U.S., 37 people out of 1 million are registered organ donors. That's 9 times higher than China's 4 per million. Chinese don't like to donate their organs because it goes against their traditional beliefs. But in this Wuhan hospital, 3 patients received the extremely rare pediatric heart transplant match within 1 day, and the donors' parents all agreed to donate the heart. And the 3 recipients waited at the same hospital and received the surgery on the same day. This is a mathematical miracle. The most challenging part of transplant surgery is the unpredictable availability of the organ, because you cannot predict the death by accident of a matching donor, unless, of course, you have a large live pool of organs waiting to be matched to the patient. It is not the first time Chinese hospitals have performed multiple heart transplants in 1 day. It's happened several times. On August 7, 2020, a Sichuan newspaper reported about the same Wuhan hospital completing 4 heart transplant operations in 1 day. In January 2014, a Fujian official news portal reported that Fujian Medical University Hospital carried out 4 heart transplant surgeries on the same day. And in 2013, the Wuhan Morning Post reported that the same doctor, Dong Nianguo, at the Wuhan Union Hospital performed 4 heart transplant surgeries on January 21, 2013. According to the report, the hospital received information that 4 hearts were available for transplantation on the day before the surgeries. Over a dozen doctors from the hospital then drove to the organ donation sites to confirm the match, and on the following day, 4 men received heart transplants. The article revealed the frightening truth. First, the hospital didn't fully confirm the match until after their staff had gone to the place where the organs were. The hospital was only informed of the availability of a donor. Only after the doctors went and determined that it was a successful match did they remove the heart. This is a typical Chinese practice of organs waiting for a matching patient, instead of the international practice of patients waiting for a matching organ. Second, if the donor was brain dead but the heart was still beating, they were more than likely in a hospital. Why couldn't that hospital perform the organ matching test? Why did Wuhan Union Hospital have to send its doctors to complete the test? Of course, it only makes sense if the donor wasn't in a hospital but in a labor camp or a prison. Third, the maximum tolerance time after the heart is removed from the donor is roughly 6 hours. The news report said that the doctors drove to retrieve the 4 hearts, meaning that the 4 donors were located no more than a 6-hour drive from the Wuhan hospital. The report also said that all 4 hearts arrived at the operating room at the same time, at 10:43 a.m. the next morning. The 4 surgeries were performed simultaneously and were finished within 10 minutes of each other. This means that the donors of the 4 hearts were located at an identical distance from the hospital, or they were in the same place and the hearts were retrieved at the same time. The former scenario would be another mathematical miracle, because it means that 4 heart transplant patients would find 4 matching hearts on the same day at 4 different locations within the same driving distance from the hospital. The Wuhan Morning Post inadvertently confirmed the dreadful truth of forced organ harvesting in China. It confirmed what Lin Zhibo said in his social media post. Organ transplantation is a huge business. For ordinary Chinese citizens, it has become more dangerous now that some individuals control their medical data. After Hu Xinyu's disappearance, his parents are heartbroken. His father is a porter at a luggage factory, and his mother is a nanny. People in lower social strata have a higher chance of becoming victims because they don't have the resources to fight back. The perpetrators know this. Since Falun Gong practitioners first exposed the atrocity in April 2006, it has been more than 16 years, and the crime hasn't been stopped. Instead, it has expanded in scale. And now the victims are not just Falun Gong practitioners and the Uyghurs, but also ordinary Chinese citizens. The crimes of organ harvesting and trafficking aren't just a problem in China, it also has an impact on Western societies. Many people outside China have become unknowingly complicit in this crime in China. If they don't wake up now, the consequences may be grave because this isn't a small crime. I'll be making another video about this soon. Please stay tuned, share this video, and I thank you.